I know you guys just finished up a European tour. How'd that go for you?
It was great. We were out in Europe for like 5 weeks and played a bunch of places we hadn't played before. We went right up into Scandinavia. Shows were great, and we ended in Paris, so that was like a nice place to end. Now I'm back at home for a few weeks. So
very nice, very nice. I was actually reading some older interviews that you gave. I noticed that when it comes to touring, at one point you actually asked Michael Stipe for some advice because you said when you finish a tour, it's kind of hard to come back down and get back to regular life, right?
Yeah, I was literally. It's weird you asked that because I was thinking about this yesterday. Like, obviously I got back and I was just I felt cooped up, at home, and yeah, he just gave me some really good advice. Like maybe about a couple of years ago, I bumped into him, and we were both kind of empathizing about the difficulties of changing gear, like from tour and real life. And he's like a big believer in acupuncture, so he was telling me that acupuncture is the way to try and help you get back on a normal rhythm. I tried it, but I don't think it was for me.
You didn't like it? You didn't like being poked with the needles?
Not so much.
It doesn't sound great. So what have you found? Have you figured out a way that works for you? Have you figured out something that's good for you?
No, not really. Not yet. I mean, basically, when I get home, I usually just hang out with my cat in bed for like a day or two, and then I start to feel a bit more regular. So that's kind of what I do.
Nice. What's your cat's name?
Pigeon.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Yeah, she's a sweetie.
Well, I know we just had the Mercury Awards that happened a couple of weeks ago. You guys were up for that. For the record, Holy Fire. Tell us a little bit about that experience when you get the Mercury Prize is such a big honor. Is it one of those things where it really was an honor just to be nominated?
Yeah, it really is. I think it's like one of the only prizes where you can say that kind of honestly, that the nomination is as much as the award itself. But we've been nominated once before for a record before Holy Fire, so we were a bit more together about it. Like the first time we were nominated, we kind of freaked out. We didn't really, it was like overwhelming. But this year, I mean, it's just like it's a big deal in the UK, and people, it's respected. It only awards the album form. It's not like there's not a best song category or anything. So
right.
I think that's got a lot of value in itself in this day and age, to have a whole album being valued on its merit. And it's judged by your peers, essentially, people, by other musicians and people in the industry. So it's good. It felt really good to be nominated. We were thrilled. We were stoked.
Yannis from Foals with us this morning on CD1025. Quick reminder, they're coming to town to be a part of the Holiday Show to benefit CD1025 for the kids, December 12th at the LC. I want to ask you about a tweet that you sent out a couple of weeks ago. The quote that I took from your Twitter account, it was, "I guess we're all orphans now," and that was in regards to the passing of Lou Reed. I thought it was a very good quote. It was a very strong quote, and I wonder if you could talk a little bit about guys like Lou Reed and everyone that's come before.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just says what it says, really. Like, I just feel like anyone in our generation that's making music with guitars, ostensibly, is like, you're the progeny, you're the offspring of these people that have cut ground for you before they were the trailblazers in the 60s and the 70s. They paved the way, and I think that anyone making music needs to be aware of the history of where they're coming from,
Yeah. And
so that's basically what I was just trying to say.
I want to ask you about one other thing, too, before I let you go. One of the interviews that I read was before you actually headed out on tour, for the record, and it was about how you had started growing roses, and the one thing that you said was you weren't sure what was going to happen to them when you went out on the road, so you were curious what was going to happen with them. So now that you've been gone for a while, what is the state of the roses?
They could be better. I had some unfortunate sort of housing issues, and as you know, like, it's pretty difficult to find places with gardens in London, like New York, or so I had to leave my roses at my mum's house, which is back out of the city, and a lot of them have succumbed to black spot and various things, because I guess she hasn't been looking after them that well. But I'm gonna reclaim them pretty soon, and I'm gonna look after them.
All right. Well, we'll wish you good luck with that. And again, we're looking forward to the CD1025 Holiday Show. Foals will be a part of that December 12th at the LC, and it does benefit CD1025 for the kids. Man, thanks so much for the time today. We'll see you when you get into town. All right.
Pleasure. Yeah, we're looking forward to it, man.
All right. Thank you.